What's the other one? It looks like it's only been touching in that little bit. It's probably been only touching where the oil is. Nuts. Right, I'm just going to tap my bearings off. Now I'm using a very sharp wedge. It's not sharp, it's sharp. The important bit is it doesn't, you can hear the back, the inner sticks out a bit further than the brass. The wedge mustn't interfere with the cage because you'll bend it. So hopefully this little bench is strong enough. You can get big clamshell pullers for these, but they tend to be wide on the jaws. See, just be careful, whatever you use doesn't interfere with the cage. Moving nice. Go on, Tinkerbell. Yep, that's good. It's not actually on the bearing. Just touching the crank there. so nearly off. Yeah, this is where the puller would be handy. Oh, there she be. It's hard to imagine how you get rust. And oh, I bet I was so much in the way. I don't know how much of me was in the way with that other one. Right, same thing. Right, that's key washer. Oh, and the same thing. Each is the best. Now these are virtually parallel, so these are a bit of a gap, but you say be careful the implement you use to open it. But the chances are on these ones, oh, I thought there was bits, it's oil. They're more robust than the roller. This one's a bit tighter. Feel alright them bearings. This little, whether you say little indentation here, it's the way they get the drilling through from the end of the crank up there to the sludge tube, and then it's blanked off. Right, I can get that reground. Right, for measuring my crank, I used a vernier and I've taken a measurement on the outside as close to the middle as I can get without going down the oil hole, and then near the outside. Now this is just as a rough. We'll turn it the right way. Oh God, you silly sod. Right. It's just on the outside. And it won't go on the inside. So there is slight differences, and I've taken the measurement in that plane and that plane. Now it'll go on there, and it won't go on there. Yeah, so that means for me that's oval shape. So yes, I've done that plane and also that plane 3 times across the journal. See, I don't know how much of this we'll be able to see. You can actually feel these raggy, a raggy crank to say the least. After all the miles I've done, it's had 3 sets of big end shells on it. I don't know how much of that you're seeing. But that's where I'm running, right. Right. Obviously my barrels, I don't really have to do it. I haven't got an internal measurer, so I don't really have to measure it, because I'm just going to take a light and we can see we've got a beauty gap, and the other one is just the same, and drive a bus through that, and there's a daft reference. It's a 6/10 feeler gauge, and it's a wide one. Let's hold the piston, and there we go, all the way in. So 6/10 at least, 6/10 around that. And I wonder why it was burning oil both sides. And as I say, that one, it's a wide gauge, that could do with a little narrow one. But 6/10 have I had my hand in the way. Fair whack. Top and bottom. And seal wise, we don't. Still there, 2/6. Right, here, 6/10 feeler gauge in there. Bars are nice, and there's not much of a lip. I'd like to measure them, but there. That one isn't too bad, this piston. It's not too black. Obviously, that one, black death. Look at that. That's gas and bypass. Past the rings and everything, just shows the way. Just probably in the light. That's as much seal as they're giving me. Straight in. obviously there's no rings on. So, yep. Another small demonstration for Daft. Straight in. Right, so that's the way of my bores. Oh. These rings seized in the piston, so well, they're all stuck out a little bit. I'm just going to work on them, tap them. And then work on them like this, and we can actually see they're starting to move out. They don't want banging hard. Just dip them in my paraffin and I can actually feel it springing on the wood. Stuck in right on the end gaps. And there's the end gaps. Oh, fingers crossed I can get them out. Might try a bit of heat. That might be a perfect excuse to get me big heat gun out. I'll just do this and keep going until I end up with a ring out. Right, I've been working on this for a bit. Just see one's coming out. I'm actually doing this outside because it stinks and it's smoky. So I've heated up the piston. Right, I'm working round to this edge now, just tapping the should be near there now. There it is, got it. One off. Oh, pop that in there, let it soak for a bit. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Let's see, I've managed to get one out. So the same paraffin I'm washing off with this. Right. Bit of wood. It's been soaking in there for about 10 minutes. Paraffin only gets flammable, I don't know, when it smokes about 40 odd degrees I think it is, so when this smokes it'll probably burst into flames. Going to get it quite hot. See the paraffin, now that smoke is actually flammable. I think it's around about 40 degrees when it'll light. Yeah, it's lit now. stuff. Gudgeon pins on won't drop now. Now that's the second ring, and the oil ring are in really tight. Haven't got much space to knock them down. But if I keep working on it, it will happen. Yeah. See the ring starting to move. There you go. And then don't get carried away, it's still stuck this end, so I will start tapping the ring around until I get to this looser end. Yeah? There you go. You are. Oil ring off. And then I'm going to see what these rings are like in my bores, in my old original pistons. They're my old bores. Because the plus 30s, and I've tried all over, can't get hold of any plus 30s. So again, it's a budge for the season. These still stuck in, just where, I don't know whether we can see, it's just stuck out a little bit here. So I'm working on that. And it'll end up where it just pops out. I'll warm that up a bit more. I need a new lighter. Flame away from that. See, it's very flammable. Right. That's getting it. See, it's working its way out. It's getting more around the ring now, so just keep working along the higher bit. determined to get this and soak in there a bit more. Still hot, it's not as hot as it was. But right, so I'm so carefully, I'm just going to find the ring. Right, do try not. Well, obviously I don't want the ring breaking. There we go. Is it still in one place? I think it is. Right, so I've got half slack. Try to get something to run back. So, you see what I'm doing here? See the rings hanging out? Just going to tap it back down and go around that way to work that loose bit. Yep, right, it's popped out now. This half's still stuck in. That's so nearly out. Come on. Right, I'm going to hold that loose bit in now and continue tapping. So I'll hold that bit in and tap on there and try and get that to roll around the ring, around the piston. Not hard, obviously, because you don't want it snapping. And again, I'm using a bit of a bodgy, but these are, I've just checked the oil ring and it's pretty good in my bore. That'll just keep me costs down for a bit. Nearly there, it's all the way around the way, you know. Let's see if I can maybe try and hook that a touch without snapping the end off. Not really tight is that now. Try and get some paraffin behind the ring. Still, it's still, as I say, it's coming. Time. God, it's so close to coming out, being out. But this is where you'll end up. If you start forcing, this is where obviously you end up snapping the rings. No, I really don't want to do that. Otherwise I will have to rebar. And then if I rebar, I might as well use my other barrels, my standard ones, and then just rebar them to +10 if I can get +10 pistons. About that much of it. Yeah, out up to there. So, and there's the end. The last inch. I'll try and hold that out the ring and tap the ring around the groove that way. I don't know how much of this you're seeing. Yeah, it's just starting to move. see a bit of rusty coming out. I'm going to break it. This is where I'll break them. Yeah, the end nut's out. I'm holding that out the groove and then trying to work that ring. You can see, tap it to work it round into where it's stuck in such a way where I don't snap the ring. Oh, so that's midges. No, don't twist it. There she goes. Ah, did I get that? Fucking hell. There you go. That's out. Ow, ow, ow. My knee. Ah. Rust on them. I'm going to put very fine emery on these. Clean them up a touch. Put them on and run them. See what happens. Ah, glad I got them out. I'm just using a rammy cloth. Chain lube. Get the thick off, and then I'm going to go over it with just a paintbrush and unlubricated. Yeah, literally just a paintbrush. Do the stiffer brush really. Put it on, it's soluble. I'm going to do some of this, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, I'll give it a paraffin off. Just get it thick off really. I'm just using my grubbiest bits of cloths. Oops. Just do the front bit of the cradle and the frame was clean enough. just most of that, and then same bit down the front. And I must do my side stand. Okay, that's clean. And then first thick clean off. You want to try not to get any of this down the seal. This is very gritty, and as you can see, plenty of rust in it. It's obviously all off the chain, general road crap. Yeah, this crappy paraffin, I'm literally just using it on the outside, just to get the thick crap off really, and cow shit. And I'll do inside with cleaner, or clean paraffin. But this is just to get the thick road crap and whatever you thing off. Oh. Yeah, I'm just using that, the grubbiest bit of cloth, and get the thick off. Silicone around me, alternator hole. And I'll probably loosely bolt these together and give them a good wire brushing. We usually wash it down in thicknesses of grime. And the same stuff. Get the thick off, try and keep the majority out the motor itself. I've done a bit around the gearbox area. I will end up with that sprocket change because it's starting to hook, so that'll be responsible for loads of noise. A quick rough round there. Oh, right, I'll do me. That's cleaned up. It's not clean enough to go together, just clean enough to start.